Okay. Yeah. All right. No, it's nice talking to you too. Yeah. No. So expect to hear from me by the end of the weekend, I guess. All right, man. Have a good day. I might have just found myself a new coach. Hey guys, what's going on? This is gonna be my first episode, I think, of a new little series I want to do. I'm in the car driving, so the camera might be a little shaky for a little bit. But anyway, I thought this would be really helpful for you guys and to share my experience of what's going on and what I'm about to do. Marina and I, so Marina is my fiance, we are actually going to go to Hawaii in 3 months. And as you guys might already know, I put on a lot of size and muscle and whatnot over the last year and a half, 2 years, whatever. And I'm trying to put on a little bit more. So currently, I'm right at about 5'7". I'm 165, 68 pounds with 6.9% body fat. I know that exactly because I just got it. I got it checked at the clinic 2 weeks ago. So anyway, so my goal was to put on some size. I'd love to put on 20, 30 pounds, but who knows how long that's going to take me or if it's possible. So my goal is to just put on about 10 or 15 pounds in the next 3 months if I can before we get to Hawaii. And obviously I'm trying to just put on a lot of fat, right? So anyway, this is where the video gets helpful for you guys. So I wanted to hire a coach to keep me accountable. I feel like, I've had over a decade of training. I feel like I have a pretty good head on my shoulders on that stuff, but it's always good to have someone that keeps you accountable. So even like the professionals will have a coach that keeps them accountable and bounce ideas off of, etc. So I was okay, this is gonna be a good idea. I'm gonna hire a coach. So I went on my hunt for a coach, and there's a guy I follow on social media for a long time that is he's just middle-aged, massive, just looks great, phenomenal looking guy. So this guy has a background in wrestling and then powerlifting and then bodybuilding. So I'm okay, he has to be super knowledgeable, right? Like he's gonna know a lot and really be able to help me get these goals. And so anyway, a lot of times when I program myself, I program my own training workouts, or I put my own like diet together. I don't know why I'm like this. I always second guess myself. So I'm like, I'll be like 2-3 weeks in, and okay, it's going good. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, I wonder if I should have done this. Is this right? Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have added 2 more back exercises, whatever, right? So anyway, that's why I enjoy having a coach and just be like, you know what? It's all in his hands. Let Jesus take the wheel. So anyway, guys, this is where my lesson has been learned. So I saw this coach. He looks great. I saw some of his clients he's trained. They all look great. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm hiring this guy. He's pricey, but he must be good. And okay, before I hired this coach, I was eating 4,800 calories per day. And I'll tell you, it wasn't the cleanest diet in the world, right? It's a lot of processed food, a lot of carbs, a lot of meat, and then whatever high calorie protein shakes I could get in order to help me get up to those calories. So his methodology or approach was, we got to make your diet more efficient, and you're going to digest foods faster, and your metabolism speed up, you're going to get hungrier, and you're just put on all the size. Well, that sounds cool. Sure, right? That's what I want to do. So anyway, he cut out all my carbs for my diet, guys. I gave him a meal plan of what I was eating every day. And this is where I get annoyed, because he was supposed to be very personalized. I gave him my meal plan. I told him, I said, look, man, I'm a really picky eater. That's going to be where I really need the most like flexibility and accommodating. Just kind of bear with me and help me improve over time. There was not a single meal that I ate, besides steak, there was steak, but not a single meal that I ate hardly that was on this meal plan he gave me. So, if I was a coach, I would at least be like, hey, all right, listen, we're going to take your meal plan and we're going to take 1/4 of it out, right? And we're going to add in like good, healthy, dense food. And then over time, we're going to slowly get to 100% healthy, good, dense food. That sounds like the most reasonable. So anyway, no, he just gives me a meal plan. Okay. Well, then with a training program, he gives me this training program, which it looks awesome. But if you guys don't know this is kind of like thing in the fitness world, but like the average person's body, when you come to working out, the bigger muscles like back and legs and whatnot, they can recover from up to maybe like around 20 sets per week. So if you did all 20 sets for legs on day 1, or you could do 10 sets on day 1 and 10 sets on day 4 type thing. And that's what your body can recover and grow from. Well, then your smaller muscles like shoulders, triceps, biceps, those are more around like 10 to 12 sets total per week. So I've known this for years, like, okay, it's common knowledge. This guy has 30 to 40 sets for every muscle every week. And I'm like, holy shit. So it's okay. You know what? Like, let's go all in. I paid the money. This guy looks great himself. He must know what he's talking about. So I was willing to throw everything I knew out the window and try it. And guys, that was a mistake. It's kind of one of those things where, like, the world of fitness is so popular that, like, you can't really reinvent the wheel anymore. Like, it's kind of like a tried and true thing. And then you have people that are going to teach you how to do it. And you have people that are going to not only teach you, but hold you accountable and help you, like, achieve your goals. This guy was basically trying to reinvent the wheel. It feels like to me. So I was already disappointed about the meal plan, right? And then the first week I trained, and leg day was 40 sets. And I already, because CF, I have a really hard time with big, heavy compound movements, mainly squats and deadlifts. I get super out of breath with those. And my philosophy is, why do them, right? Because if I get super out of breath unless I go super lightweight, and it's like, well, if I'm going to go so lightweight to compensate for my lungs, my muscles aren't going to get the same stimulus as if they would if I get really heavyweight. So why not just not do those exercises and put in other exercises that don't hinder my lungs so much that I can do a lot of weight on for legs, right? That's what makes sense to me. I explained this to him. He says, no, every movement has its own purpose and stimulation. We need all of them no matter what. Okay, so then that was day 1. By day 3, I had overtraining symptoms. I couldn't sleep. I was irritated. I kind of had a stuffy nose. I felt run down. This is all symptoms of overtraining. You've overdone it. You probably have done the work you need to do in the gym, and then also maybe not even feed your body enough to help your body recover from the work you're doing in the gym. So that was that. And the total number of calories, by the way, on this meal plan was 3,300. That's 1,500 less calories per day than I was eating before. I was very concerned about that. I said, look, like, I'm going to lose weight. Like, your body needs a certain number of calories to maintain its weight. And the bigger you get, the higher that number goes, because naturally the bigger you get, the more energy your body's going to need in order to sustain yourself. So as I know that, like, that number for me is right around 3,500. I need at least 4,000. And then I have my lung disease. And so I need at least 4,000, not more, in order to grow. And he's like, oh, no, you've been eating totally wrong. This is a totally different way of doing it. So, okay. Okay. So we stuck with it, guys. And it's been awful. This is the second weekend. I was excited at first because, like, you know what? Maybe this is a whole new way of training, a whole new, like, way of eating I've never done before. Like, that makes sense. I'm going to get a lot of progress. No, I felt run down. I feel beat up. I told him the overtraining symptoms. He's like, well, just don't do the whole workout. Don't do the whole workout. Just if you get exhausted halfway through, just stop. We're learning what your body can take. And I'm like, to me, that sounds lazy, because if I'm coming to tell you, hey, I'm overtraining on this amount of work in the gym, well, why are you telling me to just skip the last half of the workout, right? Because in my opinion, you probably have put those exercises in there for a reason. So you're telling me to skip them now? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to just do less sets for each exercise so that I can still do all the exercises, just less work on each one, and hopefully my body can recover? And then the biggest thing about all this is, one, I've lost 2 pounds after the first week and a half. And literally I was like, that's exactly the opposite of what I want to do. I was doing better gaining weight per week on my old diet and my old training. And then 2 is, this is the big one, guys. So every time I ask him what the plan is. He has a way of deflecting or like talking around it. And so I'm like, hey, I need to be in calorie surplus. He's, oh yeah, no problem. We're going to get you there. And I'm like, well, okay, when? And he's like, when the time is right. And then he has like 5 meals a day, which is fine. His theory, which I've heard is true, is that speeds your metabolism. It burns fat. So the more frequently you eat in the day, the faster your body will burn fat and your metabolism goes up. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He wants me to stay lean basically while I'm trying to put on muscle, which pretty much is impossible for the most part. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, hold on. Well, he's like, your appetite is going to go up as your metabolism increases. And when it does, just add another meal to your day. I'm like, okay, but like, listen, I'm at eating every 2.5 hours right now. So it's already kind of difficult to maintain that with like, my full-time job, my family, like my house, like chores, like life. So when do we stop adding number of meals and start adding more to each meal? And he's like, oh, we'll talk about that when we get there, if that really becomes a problem. I'm like, it's kind of a problem now, so, anyway, guys, I reached out to some people online. I posted on some forums and everyone's like, man, that's not right. Like, that's not the way to do things. Like, that's why I've always been told, but I didn't want to be that guy that's like, I know more than the coach. So, anyway, point is, I'm going to let this guy go. And there's another coach that was recommended to me. And the other thing I saw about the other guy, this is all my fault, is like, I went through his clients and they all looked good, but I noticed there was none of his clients were skinny and then built up. They're all like overweight and they slimmed down, which they look great, but like, that's literally the opposite from what I'm trying to do. So that was a big thing. But I had a coach recommended to me that trains a lot of competitors, gets people ready for shows. He does competitions himself. He's a big, bulky guy. His specialty, he claims, is putting on size. And on top of that, he doesn't do deadlifts or squats at all. I don't know his reasonings. I'm sure it's not CF, but that's good that he understands, like, not everyone can do them. Because I can do them. It's just I don't think it's worth it because of how light of weight I have to do because of my lungs. So anyway, point is, I messaged him. So it sounds like things are going to go good. And I think I'm going to hire him for the next 3 months, which he seems more knowledgeable is all I'm going to say. I don't want to bash the other guy. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to track my whole journey and let you guys know how it's going to go. And then that way also you guys will be able to, hopefully see me grow. And then you'll learn yourselves how to grow. Because I know a lot of people are like, how did you put on so much weight? How did you get so big? And I'll share with you guys what I've done over the past couple of years to put on so much weight. But yeah, I'm hoping this is a whole new chapter. We'll see. All right, guys. So what you saw at the first start of this video was a clip of me having my first consultation with this new coach that someone recommended me try. So I got the call. It's been a few days from then, and he's forwarded me over the program, the diet, kind of how things are going to work. So I'm super excited. It's very, very involved, and he cares a lot about metrics. So that first coach I had was not tracking any shape, way, or form of how I'm going to progress. So this coach, every week we're going to do check-ins. So he wants my weight every single morning. He wants my blood sugars throughout the week. And then at the end of the week, I will send him pictures of the same 3 poses in the same lighting, the same time of day, the same exact spot, to compare from week to week and see, am I growing? Am I not growing? Am I putting on too much fat, etc. He'll look at my weight each week. And then also he'll just track how I'm feeling. I have to be really honest with him if I follow the diet, or if I mess up on the diet, I should say. So I'm gonna try my hardest to stick with the diet. The diets are always the hardest for me because I'm a super picky eater. So this last meal plan I had, let's just say I really had to discover the world of barbecue sauces and spiced up my food. So I know this plan I think is gonna have a lot of rice in it. I'm not a rice eater. So we'll see how that goes. But I know this coach is very flexible and accommodating, it seems. So he's just like, hey man, if you got a problem with something, let me know. We'll try to work around it. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, and then the training. So the training's gonna be, it sounds like 6 days a week. So that's always been hard for me before because my workouts are usually like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. But when he showed me the program, it seems like a lot less work per day, but it's obviously 6 days per week. So, and that's gonna be the best for muscle growth and hypertrophy, because if you only work your muscles out, each muscle out one time a week, well, think about it. If you train 52 weeks a year and you actually train hard 52 weeks a year, you're only training that muscle 52 times per year. And that's if you're going as hard as you should. But if you train it twice a week, you can pretty much double that. And so you're gonna be able to do a lot more. You're gonna spark a lot more growth, hopefully, and hopefully strength increases, etc. So anyway, like I say, guys, this will be exciting. I will let you guys know how well I stay on the program and adhere to it and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully we'll see some awesome progress. So this is gonna be week 0, guys. If you guys have any questions, forward them my way in the comments or email or whatever it may be. And I'll try to start producing a lot more content and track stuff for you guys. Even talk about maybe a little podcast to come out for CF. So we'll see. All right, so since I'm gonna consider this as like day 0, week 0, getting started, I'll go ahead and show you guys where I'm currently at. We'll go look at my weight real quick. We'll look at my physique real quick. So lots of stuff to update you guys on. I even have a new house that I need to share with you guys and show you what that looks like. So it's been awesome stuff happening in life. Just been super busy and fell the gist of doing videos. But this will be a fun 90-day transformation journey to record. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, let's see how this goes here. Let's take off the glasses. All right, so this is what my physique currently looks like. So not bad. Definitely look bigger than I used to look. You guys are probably used to seeing me. Like I said, 165 right now, 7% body fat. Want to get to 180 if possible. But anyway, good stuff. Let's go get the weight. All right, guys, we're in the other bathroom now. The other one doesn't have a scale in it for whatever reason. So I figured I would hold the camera here, point it down for you, show you the scale. So here's the scale. And just so you guys know, I do still plan on putting out information on how I've gained so much weight over the past year. So if you guys can see that. So 166.6. I am midday right now. So as you can tell, I'm not used to having the camera on me anymore. Anyway, the best time of the day to weigh yourself is when you first wake up, go pee. You're gonna have a lot of water, a lot of fluids in you. Go pee all that out and then weigh yourself before you eat, and they'll give you the most accurate measurement. We actually change a lot in how much we weigh throughout the day because our food, our water intake, all that kind of stuff. So I will let you guys know on how I've gained so much weight, and hopefully this next 90 days, I'll gain even more weight. And I have a house that I own now that I need to show you guys. I have a fiance that I need to introduce to you guys. Lots of fun stuff, guys. I'm excited.